TV LBI. We're here with Joanne Dozer of Firefly Gallery. And Joanne is a watercolorist for the most part. Is that right, Joanne?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. I did sell an oil last week of daffodils. It's unusual for me to sell my oils. It's really, I only had one class in oil, so I'm sort of self-taught in the oil department.
Great. So, and your technique is on watercolor paper?
Yeah, I usually use archival 140-pound Arches cold press paper. And I do also use a paper called Yupo, which is like a plastic. And I love to use it when I'm teaching students because you can remove the watercolor very easily. So it's great for splashing waves and fun things like that a lot of my students here on LBI like to learn to paint.
Good, good. So the first painting we're going to talk about is a water painting, horizontal, a lot of wave action. Was that done from memory or was that done on the beach?
That was not done on the beach. And one thing that I love about that painting, which I'm not sure that it's like the favorite painting of folks that come into my gallery, but I love it because it really shows the feeling of fluidity that I love with watercolor painting. It's why I stuck with watercolor. I'm an Aquarius. I'm the kind of person who tends to do a lot of different things. But when I found watercolor and I found the movement in it, I found how the brush and the water moved, it was like a dance for me because I had always been a dancer in my life. And that painting to me represents that feeling.
And that painting is available for sale right now?
It is.
Okay.
Yep, and that's an original, yes.
And are there any prints available of that one?
There is not prints made of that.
And do you normally make prints of your work?
I make prints of those pieces that I feel will be bestsellers, or else sometimes I have multiple people who are interested in one piece, and so then I make a print. I do only use giclée prints. I don't do any Xeroxing or any kind of thing like that. Giclée is a very fine kind of print. The print itself is like a watercolor in terms of the longevity of it in the light, so it will not fade. And it really, I have an excellent person who does them for me. The colors are almost exact, so you would have a hard time sometimes seeing which was the print and which was the original.
Are they limited editions?
They are, yes.
Okay. And the next painting is the moon painting, and that is done by memory or on the spot?
That was done by a photograph. A lot of my pictures, obviously I run a gallery and I'm really busy in the summer and the boutique can get very hectic, although I do try to take some time to paint. But that was a photograph that I had that I then painted in my winter gallery, which is in Pennsylvania.
And the frame is very nice also.
Yes, I have a wonderful man, Phil Carello, that comes and makes those driftwood frames. And actually, you whitewashed it a bit for me because we liked it better that way for that particular painting.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And now we have the flowers, which are also known to me and Joanne as the Christmas lights. And Joanne will explain what I mean by that.
Yeah, I love this painting, and I love the story of this painting because I was taking a abstract course. It's the only abstract course I ever took at Mainline Art Center in Haverford, Pennsylvania, and there were Christmas lights, and I started to paint them. And of course, when I got back to my gallery, they evolved and evolved and evolved and turned into what I call now the string of flowers. So, yeah.
And then we have the wave, the purple wave, right? Yes, the purple wave.
Yeah, I call it purple. We call it splash wave because it is one of them that is on T-shirts. So for my printer, we call it the purple splash wave because it does show a lot of splashing. And that is one of them that is on the Yupo paper. So, and those that are watercolorists would probably recognize it if they saw the original because they could see how I had moved and removed paint from the paper to get the feeling of the splashing wave.
I see.
Yep.
And we're going to go to the Mermaid Shirt next.
Okay.
And that's on a child shirt or an adult shirt?
It's on both.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it is on both.
And that's this image?
Yes, it is.
So this is the image.
Yeah, that she is called Flowy. I have 5 different mermaids that are printed on T-shirts now, and her name is Flowy. And I have what was called the Blue Mermaid, which is why the original one why my company, our T-shirt company, is called the Blue Mermaid Art.
And the T-shirts are available at?
At Firefly here. They're also, I do have reps that we sell them, wholesale to certain places. Actually, my partner at the yoga studio next door, Katie at Yoga Bohemia, sells them down in her yoga studio in Bay Village. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that sunflower image, that was a 2-year project, which is unusual for me for a watercolor. But I actually put it out for sale, and I really wasn't too happy with it. I love the stems and the leaves and the little bud and the bottom, but the flower itself on top it just didn't have much personality. And I came back the following season and I kind of redid it. People don't think watercolor is something that you can come back to. They also don't think it's very forgiving, but in any of my classes that I teach people, I really teach them how you can go back in and really completely change your painting. It is much more forgiving than a lot of people believe. So, but anyway, she is a she. I think she's a very happy sunflower, and we do have her on T-shirts, and she's going to be. This summer, we're happy to have some of our T-shirts represent Sassafras Hill Farm, our local organic farm, and she's going to be one of the images on their children's T-shirts that they're going to sell.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And so that's on a child shirt and an adult shirt, is that right?
Child shirt, adult shirt.
And also a canvas bag for the beach?
Canvas bag for the beach, yes.
Right.
All that.
And then we have a watercolor bird, and that's a new piece?
Those are new pieces, and that was kind of fun. I took these great shots one day, photographs up in Barnegat Light. It was like one of those white egrets that just decided to pose for me in a million different ways, and I just kept pushing my button and pushing. So I got some great shots, and I actually was teaching watercolor on Zoom. I teach to a high school night program, and I was just playing with mastic. I hadn't used it for a long time. It's sort of like rubber cement. So you put it on your paper. So I drew these birds, and then you kind of wash over them so you leave the white. And both of those pieces were done that way.
And how do you take that off the surface of the paper?
Oh, I mean, they have little rubber things, but I use my fingers. Yeah.
So that's truly a pure white paper?
Yes, purely a white paper.
Yes, and that's done on regular paper, regular rag paper?
That's regular rag paper, yes.
And now we are going to talk about the onesie. And Emily's image is on the onesie?
Yes, Emily is my daughter, and she does a lot of the children's art. Some of her pieces are also on some of the adult shirts, especially her Monarch, which is a beautiful piece, sells well both to children and adults. But she specializes in these little animal and sea creatures that are just so animated and alive, and I'm very pleased because it took me a long time to get her to realize how talented she was, and that she could really make these little creatures come alive. As a matter of fact, she's going to do some special things for Sassafras Hill. She's doing a hen laying eggs, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. So it should be a really cute piece for them to have.
And that's it. That's what we have on the list. So, Joanne, I guess you're looking forward to the new season coming up?
Yes, it feels like it's very alive already, and we're very excited this weekend because we're going to do a special on sunflowers and raise money. Every sunflower image. I brought in a lot of sunflower glasses and dish towels and shirts, and any profits we get to that is going to be for the World Food Organization that does relief for Ukraine.
And that's
So
this weekend, Easter weekend.
that's this weekend. Easter
and will that
weekend.
continue at all, or? Okay, so very good, Joanne. We wish you a great, great, great season.
Oh, thank you, Val.
Okay.
And part of it is your help.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.